organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Just ahead on this Thursday morning edition of Daily Iowan TV, sexual assault continues to affect the UI. We have the latest on a new report as well as further coverage of the sexual assault survey findings. Plus, the Iowa City Police Department is asking questions. We have the answers later in the program.
Meet the new face of one Hawkeye Sports team and learn how one player will be wearing a different Iowa uniform this year.
All of the latest news is just ahead. You're watching Daily Iowan TV. Good morning and thanks for tuning in to our Thursday program. I'm Keaton Fuller. On Wednesday, the UI Department of Public Safety issued a crime alert of a reported sexual assault from this past weekend. The reporting party says the assault took place in an unidentified fraternity house. The victim said she arrived at the house with friends before being separated and then assaulted by an unknown person. The university emphasized in the alert that the only person responsible for sexual assault is the perpetrator. This report comes just a week after the University of Iowa released its findings of a sexual assault survey sent out last year. Results from that sexual assault survey were just released last week and are catching the eye of many in the community. Our Daily Iowan TV reporter Noah Gowdy has more on the implications and action plan.
The University of Iowa has seen some trouble over the last week with the release of results from the Campus Climate Survey, which was held last year in October. After the release of the results, it left some people wondering what is really going on at the university. The Campus Climate Survey only had a response rate of 9.3% over the period of time that it was available, which results in only 2,683 students out of the nearly 30,000 on campus responding to this survey.
We appreciate the responses that we did get, and we know it was a tough survey to respond to for a number of reasons. It was a long survey, and it asked about sensitive subjects. So, like a lot of other universities, we've found that the response rate is lower than we get on some other surveys, and it's still information we can use.
The amount of courage and bravery it takes to step forward and say, yes, this happened to me, is profound. So the fact that we had 9.3% of our campus population willing to do that in any way, from one perspective, I think is really great. We want to build on that courage. The other reality is this is the first time on this kind of a scope that this campus has done something like this. So as a place to start, it's a place to start.
One of the main issues for the reason behind the low response rate was the lack of students that actually knew the survey was taking place.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I never got an email about it, and then I never heard about it, so I think there was an effort on somebody's part to get it out there.
Out of those that did respond to the survey, 21% of females said they have been raped at least once during college, with 5% of those females saying they've been raped more than once during their college experience.
We know that previous sexual assault is a risk factor for sexual assault, and in our new prevention plan, we intend to respond better to survivors of sexual assault to try to reduce that number. We also intend to be more effective in our sanctions for perpetrators that are found responsible for sexual assault. And I think that's a really important change that we can make.
Other notable findings from the survey were that 56.3% of the offenders were said to have been using alcohol during their incident, while 64.5% of the victims had been using alcohol. Another major aspect to the study was that it was found that 36% of students who responded said that they had been the target of sexist gender harassment from faculty and staff. If you or someone you know has been affected by sexual assault, you can contact our VAP at the following address and phone number. Reporting from downtown Iowa City, Noah Gowdy, Daily Iowan TV.
Flooding frenzy, the city of Cedar Rapids came together as a community to prepare for the large amount of flooding seen throughout the week. Thankfully, Iowa City dodged the crisis, but is the city prepared for any future flooding? Daily Iowan TV reporter Alexis Tansey took a look to see if Iowa City is flood ready.
The recent Cedar Rapids floods brought back memories of the 2008 flood that damaged many buildings on the UI campus. Many people are wondering whether the university is prepared in case of another flood. The newly constructed buildings have taken the necessary precautions to withstand one of these natural disasters.
All the buildings now have been mitigated to a level where they essentially cannot be harmed by a flood that could come through our campus.
The Iowa Memorial Union and Mayflower Residence Hall have been surrounded with permanent walls to keep water out. The New Hampshire Auditorium, which just recently opened, was built just 7 feet above the 500-year floodplain. These new additions have made UI residents feel at ease at the thought that another flood could occur.
We are prepared. Our plans are ready. They've been updated. All of our equipment is checked and ready to go. We have all the equipment we need. We just hope and pray we never see another event.
The floods of 2008 left several buildings on campus damaged, with many just now opening up again. The university has taken many precautions so that we are ready if another flood were to occur. As Dan Heater said, of course we don't want a flood to happen, but we will be ready if one does. This is Alexis Tanzi, Daily Iowan TV.
Iowa City is certainly flood ready, but are residents fall ready? The days this week have made it seem like fall's here and here to stay. Let's send it over to our weather expert, Noah Gowdy, who's standing by in our weather studio to give us the update. Noah, is the rest of the week going to continue to be as nice as we've seen so far?
Thanks, Keaton. Now I know the weather has been a nice break from those scorching temperatures and heavy rains we had last week, and I'm glad to say it looks like it's going to stick around for a few more days. Now let's take a look at what we are expecting in today's forecast. This morning, we are feeling temperatures that are a bit chilly, around 56 degrees, but by this afternoon, it should warm up to 71 degrees with clear skies. This evening, we are looking at temperatures in the mid-60s with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow morning, we can expect temperatures around 58 degrees with some partly cloudy skies. Now let's take a look at the 6-day forecast. Friday, we see a high of 69 degrees with an overcast sky. Saturday, you might want to break out your Iowa sweater for the football game, as we are only seeing a high of 68 degrees with more overcast skies. Sunday should be a beautiful day to get out and enjoy the weather, with temperatures in the lower 70s and mostly cloudy skies. As we move into next week, we are seeing the temperatures rising, as Monday we are expecting to see temperatures in the mid-70s with partly cloudy skies. Tuesday is going to be our hottest day, with temperatures breaking back up into the 80s with clear and sunny skies. That's all for the weather today. Keaton, back to you at the desk.
The relationship between communities and police across the nation can only be described as tense. Here in Iowa City, the police department reached out to residents to hear how they're doing and how improvements can be made. The department asked questions ranging from competency to how safe residents feel. The survey also seeks to gauge department's overall performance as well as the attitude and behavior of officers. The department received a majority of excellent and good ratings. 80% of respondents said they feel safe or very safe in the community. Nearly 1,000 people took the survey. Rome, Sweet Rome, directed by the Q Brothers, opens today. Rome, Sweet Rome is a modern hip-hop musical adaptation of Julius Caesar. The musical will explore themes such as fate, betrayal, and political corrections. Performances will take place in the David Thayer Theater. You can purchase your tickets at the Hampshire box office. Be sure to get them quick before they sell out. The show will run from October until October 15th, 2016. Well, there's definitely a lot of excitement in the theater department, evidently, but I'm wondering if there's just as much excitement in Hawkeye Sports. For more, we'll send it over to our very own Taylor Van Fleet in the sports studio. Taylor?
Thanks, Keaton. Well, there's always a lot of excitement going on in the Hawkeye sports world, and today is no different. The men and women's cross-country teams have a new addition to their coaching staff this season. Head coach Randy Hassenbank joins the team after spending the last 5 years coaching at Loyola University in Chicago. I caught up with Coach to find out what brought him to Iowa and what his transition has been like so far. Coach Hassenbank had a tremendous amount of success at Loyola University, where he led his team to be Horizon League champions and was named Horizon League Coach of the Year all 5 seasons he spent with their program. I asked Coach what led him to taking this position here at Iowa after having such great success at Loyola.
Well, obviously the Big Ten Conference was very alluring. Working with high-level athletes, a great university ranked top 30 in the country, so just a lot. Obviously the resources there are a lot of resources at Iowa, and I was at a smaller school before, so I enjoyed the prospect of working and building a program with these kinds of resources behind us.
Although Coach is very excited to be a part of Iowa's cross-country program, the transitioning process for him has not been easy.
Very, very busy. You know, there's a lot going on when it comes to recruiting. To switch in the middle of a recruiting season is very difficult. So you're recruiting for one school and wrapping that up, and then recruiting for the new school. So that was going on. Then meeting 40-plus student athletes and going through all the HR and getting moved. So a lot to deal with.
Despite all the chaos of moving to a new university, Coach Hassenbank is very focused and has high expectations for his teams as the season moves forward.
My goals are always the same. I want our teams to prepare at a high level, and I want them to compete with a competitive spirit. And of course, we want to get ourselves in position to battle well at the Big Ten and the postseason meets beyond that.
The Hawkeyes look to improve their Midwest regional ranking this Saturday when they host the NCAA Regional Preview at the Ashton Cross Country Course here in Iowa City. Last season, Kara Miesel decided to turn in her bat and glove and take up a different style of throwing. Erin Erickson tells us how the former softball captain is earning her spot on a different Iowa sports team.
For 3 years, Kara Miesel competed as a proud member of the Iowa softball program, but after her junior season, she was ready to hang up her cleats.
It was definitely something that was very, very difficult. It was something I talked to a lot of teammates about as far as if this is the right move that I wanted to make. I mean, the team was very special to me. The program's very special. Being a Hawkeye was something that's very special to me, which is part of the reason why I wanted to bring my level of competition to something that would be very, very different.
The native of Solon decided to reach out to the throwing coach of Iowa's track and field program to discuss an opportunity to walk on and join the team.
She started emailing me over the summer, beginning of the summer, about wanting to come out, and I kind of looked her up and you know, then did some research on her and heard a lot of great things about her work ethic from her softball coaches and Coach Evans down in the weight room.
Right now, Miesel is throwing the discus, and as you can see, the technique doesn't look so easy.
For being out 3 years, I wouldn't have expected her to be this far ahead right now in just a few, short period of time.
As far as shaking some cobwebs off and some dust off, that's definitely going on, but I think I had a really good experience in high school that set a really good foundation to pick up back here, which is what we've been doing.
In high school, Miesel competed at the Drake Relays, throwing in 2 events for discus and shot put. She currently holds the Solon High School record in the shot put with a heave of 42 feet and 7.5 inches.
She knew what she was doing coming out of high school, so it's not teaching it to her new. It's kind of like riding a bike, once you get back on it, you're back into a rhythm.
Getting into the rhythm of a new schedule is difficult already. Miesel no longer throws a softball on Bob Pearl Field. Instead, she finds herself right next door. And if she ever misses her old teammates, she doesn't have to look far to find some of her old friends.
I don't mind looking over and then seeing all my teammates over there still working hard. It's just different.
Since the beginning of school, Miesel has been in a tryout phase, but this past Saturday, Coach Dubs pulled the throwers together after weights and announced to the team that Miesel was officially joining them as their teammate for the remainder of the season. From the Iowa Track and Field Complex, this is Erin Erickson, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Miesel is set to make her debut as a thrower for the Hawkeyes in the border battle on January 7th against Illinois and Missouri. The Iowa women's volleyball team had their first Big Ten home game last night and got off on the right foot. The Hawkeyes came out strong right off the bat Wednesday night, beating Big Ten opponent Maryland in 3 straight sets. Jess Janata seemed to be everywhere on the court, having 12 of the team's 38 kills. She not only led the team in kills, she also added 2 blocks as well and was a major key to Iowa getting their first conference win.
We know that Jess has the ability to carry us at times, and she did that tonight, and she caused so many problems for them that it allowed other players to go off too. That 1-2 punch with her and Reagan Coyle has really turned into a significant part of our offense. So really fantastic night for Jess, and again, great to do it at home.
The team travels to Northwestern this Saturday to continue their Big Ten play. Tune in tomorrow for our football pregame sportscast. Keaton, back to you.
For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Keaton Fuller. Thanks for watching and have a great day.